Okay, hopefully the live feed is working this time. It wasn't working a second ago. There we go, now it's live. Okay, so the title of my video this time around, Black Lives Matter is a racist hate group. I'm not going to sit here and go point by point and prove that as a factual truth. That's my opinion, that they're a racist hate group, and it's actually a pretty mild opinion compared to a lot of people who thinks Black Lives Matter is actually a terrorist organization. So don't get your panties in a bunch too much about the title here, because we're going to go through and talk about why Black Lives Matter has everything to do with the Black Lives Matter kidnapping that happened yesterday. Because I hear people saying that that hashtag BLM kidnapping is stupid because the guy didn't profess his allegiance to Black Lives Matter. They didn't say anything about Black Lives Matter. Well, guess what? Leftists don't give a crap about that anyways, because what happened at in Orlando with the Pulse Massacre? Did they give a shit that what the fuck? I don't even know his name. Omar. Did they give a shit that he professed his whatever to ISIS when he did that? They don't care. They don't care about facts. So does it even matter if these people would have said, we're doing this in the name of Black Lives Matter? If they would have explicitly said that, the left would have still made fucking excuses. So yes, Black Lives Matter is a racist hate group, and we're gonna get into that. I'm already worked up and I'm just on the first point. All right, hold on a second. All right, say hello to everybody on Facebook Live here. I'm going to repost this to YouTube later, so in case... I heard somebody say that it was just a mangled mess or whatever, trying to understand what was going on. This is a Facebook Live YouTube video, or sorry, Facebook Live video that I'm going to upload to YouTube later, just FYI, to anybody who's watching it now. And if you're watching it after the fact, at either of those two, give me some likes, leave a comment. I'll still see the comment, even if you're not watching it live. Alright, so that was point number one, why that has everything to do with the Black Lives Matter kidnapping. It does. That group influenced them to do this. You can't say, okay, so here's another thing. If people that support Black Lives Matter are going to say that black people are oppressed, still like terribly oppressed, or they're disenfranchised or whatever, right? That girl had a fucking smartphone to record what was happening, so you know she's online, you know she sees what Black Lives Matter does, you know she's aware of what's going on with Black Lives. Obviously, it's the biggest movement for the black community in recent memory, right? So obviously she knows about them. Like, if you're going to claim that they didn't influence her, you're going to claim that she is so stupid that she doesn't hear about Black Lives Matter at all. Okay, so that's really retarded. Let's go to number two here. Why this is racism, even by leftists' new definition? So their new definition is that racism is power plus prejudice, which is supposed to trap a gotcha for all the white people. But guess what? The person that they were torturing was mentally handicapped, and they had a fucking knife. So that is power over that person. They had power and they had prejudice. So yes, it is racism. So all of these huge mainstream media organizations that are coming out right now and saying that it wasn't racism, they're building a narrative for you, just like they did before Trump. They're just as wrong now as they were before Trump won. Okay? So I'm gonna go read a bunch of tweets after this, but I want to go point by point before I start getting into what they actually said. What they're saying about this is really freaking dumb. But so yeah, it's racist even by their new standard. Number three, why the far left and biased media are equally to blame as Black Lives Matter. So the far left, so we're talking about third wave feminism, the socialist SJWs, the Marxist, people call them Marxists, you know. These people think that we owe them the world. They think that this is equal outcome instead of equal opportunity. I'm for equal opportunity. Everyone should have an equal opportunity in the United States of America to get ahead in life. But the outcome isn't always going to be the same. We should not, as a country, guarantee a good outcome for whatever effort you want to put in, wherever field you want to do, whatever job, you get the same equal outcome. No, that's not what this country is about. It's about equal opportunity. You can go to whatever school you want and get in there and go and do whatever job you want, but the outcome is not going to be standard across the board. I'm sorry. Equal opportunity, not equal outcome. I lost my train of thought. The far left, okay, and the biased media, yeah. So, like I was just talking about the way that they're portraying this, what happened, and saying that building, oh my god, the excuses are so lame that these people were targeting this kid because maybe they wanted leverage over his parents for some reason. Where the fuck does that come from? And then they're saying that they're targeting probably mostly because he was mentally handicapped. Well, okay, no, that's not why. That's not what they were yelling. They were yelling about F Trump and F white people and all this. So, and making him say that. That's not what it's about. If you're, the excuse doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Let's go. That was number 3. Number 4. Actually, this doesn't have anything to do with it, but I'm gonna just go through it. Number 4. What to look for from Trump's meeting with intelligence agencies tomorrow. So today's Thursday. Tomorrow, Friday, Trump's gonna be talking to, I guess, FBI, CIA, everybody and their brother that's in the intelligence agency about. I can't talk. Sorry. Keep fumbling over my words. About Julian Assange, or not, maybe not him specifically, about whoever got the info from John Podesta. I guess they're gonna finally tell Trump who it was. Is that my impression of what's gonna happen? So here's two outcomes that I see for that, and then we're gonna get back to the Black Lives Matter thing, and I'm gonna go through some tweets and stuff. One, they're gonna give him some pretty good evidence of what happened, and it's gonna be probably somebody who's loosely tied to Russia, right? But that doesn't mean that Vladimir Putin ordered it, right? And I don't want to get caught in any hypocrisy here, but that's one outcome. I'm just saying that that's one outcome, that there could be somebody loosely tied to Russia that did that, and Trump's going to come out and have to say something about that. He's going to have to probably denounce that person for working with Russia or working for Russia and hacking Podesta. I don't know what he's going to have to do in that scenario, but the other more likely scenario, I think, is they're not going to have jack shit. And then Trump's going to come out and tweet about how this is so lame. The mainstream media is blowing this out of proportion. Russia has nothing to do with why Hillary lost. Hillary has everything to do with why Hillary lost. And this bias in the media has everything to do with it, which is coming back up again with this Black Lives Matter thing. So let's go. Somebody on Facebook Live just said something about it. Oh, I'm not going to get into the comments. I can't. There's too many. So let me go through. I want to go through and read you some tweets, some things from Gab, and I'm going to read you. Oh, I want to mention this first because we're on Facebook. So yesterday I posted a few things about what was happening, and they didn't get enough traction. Maybe my titles weren't good, or the pictures weren't good. But I posted this screenshot from Twitter, and it was the biggest hit I've ever had on Facebook. Now, not likes. I've had things I've shared on Facebook have more likes than this. Let me tell you what it is before I get into this. So this is a screenshot of some Twitter guy that says, if 4 Trump supporters kidnapped and tortured a black kid, blacks would burn down half America and the media would tell us why we deserve it. That got shared 470 times on my Facebook. I've never had something come even that close. I've never, just over 100 shares I think is the most. Like, I'll get 500 likes on something, but for almost 500 shares, that's ridiculous. This is hitting, I said yesterday that this was the biggest story of the year. I know it's only 6 days in now, but this is the biggest story of the year. It's not going away. This, the left loves to, they love to, and I saw it yesterday, tweeting about Dylan Roof yesterday because of this Black Lives Matter thing, comparing what Dylan did to this, and okay, all right, I do that too. I bring up stuff and I compare it, but Facebook had it trending, had Dylan Roof trending, and they had jack shit trending about the Black Lives Matter kidnapping. It's ridiculous. And then Twitter got rid of the hashtag. Why? Probably because they haven't got their narrative straight yet, which is why the mainstream media took a day. I think it was something like 30 hours before people started posting about it online, and even then the mainstream media wouldn't touch it. Tucker Carlson was the first to touch it, and Tucker, by the way, just took over Megyn Kelly's slot on Fox News because she went to NBC and got paid even more. That's how I saw somebody say, that's how you know somebody's elite, if they fail upwards, right? So she failed on Fox, got more money to go to. Anyways, so Tucker, what was I going on about? Tucker, was the first to report on this yesterday. The mainstream media, they got to get their ducks in a row. They got to talk to each other, right? CNN, MSNBC, they all got to talk to each other, figure out what's the angle here. And then even oh my God, the worst part about it is the police in Chicago saying that it doesn't have anything to do with race. So let me go back. I'm going to leave Facebook, go to Twitter, and see if I can jump on that, because there are some ridiculous. It's oh my gosh. Holy cow. Sorry for my, just, never mind. Let me just read down the road. Okay, so Laura Ingram. Will the President of the United States denounce the beating of a white disabled man by black youth while they screamed F Trump and F white people? Has Obama said anything yet? I think it's good that Trump hasn't said anything yet. He's waiting, they're letting he's letting them hang themselves, right? The more they talk and make an idiot of themselves, the more we can see that they don't know what the hell they're doing. So yeah, I hope I bet Trump will wait till Obama says something, maybe. And Trump has to say something before he's got a press conference, I believe, Saturday. He's going to do a general press conference, so he's got to get his narrative on what he's going to say about this done before then. If he doesn't tweet, he's going to at least have it ready by then, and I think he's going to have to say something before then, because then he can shoot back some stupid questions. That'll quell some stupid questions if he gets in there and makes a comment about the kidnapping before then. Anyway, so here's some more tweets I got. BuzzFeed, of course, posts and says Chicago PD don't have anything concrete to call attack a hate crime. Repeatedly emphasize its sickening stupidity, though. Okay, what more concrete do you need to call it a hate crime, other than the fact that 4 black people kidnapped a mentally challenged white person and were screaming F Trump and F white people? What more do you need? What more evidence do you need? Like, I understand the connection to Black Lives Matter is a little dubious, because that gets into the realm of how ISIS inspired Omar at Pulse, and how Obama weaseled his way into saying, well, there haven't been any terrorist attack on my watch. No foreign terrorist attacks. I can't believe he did. How insulted would the dead from the Pulse nightclub be if they heard that? This has everything to do with ISIS. If ISIS didn't exist, Omar wouldn't have. He might have, right? He might have, but we don't live in that timeline. We live in the timeline where ISIS exists, and he pledged allegiance to ISIS and killed 50 people, or whatever it was, 49, 40, 51. So the parallels are too similar when we get into Black Lives Matter and ISIS, because the way the left reacts, the intersectionality is ruining them. I think third wave feminism and intersectionality, they're trying to put too many eggs in one basket. It's really awful. It's turning out bad. Their identity politics are failing. All right, Rita Panahi says, the torturers yell F white people and F Trump on camera during the assault, but Chicago police not sure if it's a hate crime. So a lot of people are saying the same thing. So let me get through, let us see. The Chicago superintendent Eddie Johnson called the BLM kidnapping a prank. Just kids being kids. This is ridiculous. This is what it says. I think part of it's just stupidity. People ranting about something they think might make a headline. At this point, we don't have anything concrete to point towards hate crime, but we'll keep investigating and let the facts guide us in how this blah, 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 blah. I can't believe they're saying this. I can't believe how... Do they not realize the internet exists and we're all talking about this and we all know what happened? This is a hate crime. This is a racially motivated hate crime. That people ranting about something they think might make a headline, they thought they weren't going to get caught. Facebook Live, okay, I can understand how stupid they are. Maybe they thought Facebook Live went away after it was done. Like you record it and then it goes away. Maybe they thought they could record it. They don't have that many friends and only their friends would see it. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but they sure as hell weren't thinking, yeah, let's get on the news. No. I mean, terrorists might do that. That's why we try to minimize how much we talk about their rhetoric when they do an attack. But we got to know. We got to know what's going through their minds, especially when it comes to, like, I don't wanted to touch on this. I haven't really found a way into it yet, but let me take a detour here from this to talk about how the left always brings up Dylan Roof. But you know what? That's pretty asinine for them to bring up Dylan Roof when he's not the best, the most, man, best is just the wrong word, but I can't think of a better word. Anders Breivik. Do you guys know who Anders Breivik was, or is? He's in jail. He killed, I think, 70 people or more on an island. There were kids of political, like, he didn't agree with these people's politics, so he went to this island and killed their kids. 70 of them. Like, that's a white guy you want to bring up, okay? That's doesn't have anything to do with Islam or Black Lives Matter, but if you're going to counter what we have to say about Islam and Black Lives Matter, bring up Anders Breivik, please, because he's worth talking about. Dylan Roof isn't really worth talking about. He's a piece of shit. Okay? Anyways. More tweets. More tweets. Hey, mainstream media, are you virtually ignoring the Black Lives Matter kidnapping because the victim is a Trump supporter or because he's white? That was Brittany Pettibone. She's all about Pizzagate. I'm not sure about her. She's on Gab. She's still, okay, so Gab is a little slow. I was posting about this as soon as it happened, like within an hour after Cernovich. Mike Cernovich was the one that broke this story last night, and I found it right away, and I was posting about it on Gab, but it doesn't go fast enough. Like, I know Gab isn't Reddit, and it's not Twitter, but when I post something and I say, guys, this is the biggest story of the year, guys, we got to retweet this, guys, and it doesn't go up, like, Gab needs to figure something out, because I'm there, I'm ready. I got 3,000 followers on Gab. I got 3,000 followers on. When I post it on Facebook, their algorithm shoots it right up. But anyways, you guys don't want to hear about that. And okay, so let me talk about my credibility here for a second, because, and I don't mean to put you guys down that we're posting the picture of her mugshot, the girl that filmed the thing yesterday, but that wasn't her. I kept telling you guys that mugshot is not her. So I did not share that. I saw right away it wasn't her. So you guys know that you're going to get, I take my time before I start posting something. Even, that's why my post didn't get a whole lot of clicks, is because I wasn't alarmist enough, I guess is the word for it. I just said, look, Black Lives Matter is trying to be a terrorist organization again. You know, it's kind of a tepid little title I put, and you guys didn't really pick up on it. I should have said what I said on Gab, was that this is the story of the year right here, guys. Like, get on this. Stop what you're doing. I didn't watch the video, all right? I watched part of it. I watched parts of it, but I didn't watch the whole thing. I got people on Twitter telling me that it didn't happen. Like, they're trying to deny, like, this is really weird. This little thread, this person says, show us proof or shut up that Black Lives Matter has to do with it. Anyway, so talking about how they're anti-white and anti-Trump, and he says, so you know what the intentions were, because that's not in the video at all, they say. And then they say, so saying F Trump is now a hate crime? Man, go sit down somewhere. Like, these people are so arrogant, and they don't even know what they're talking about. Like, I didn't watch the entire video, but I know enough to know that they did say that in the video. So, like, either you didn't watch the video or you're retarded. I can't tell. Sometimes people are so stupid I can't tell if they're trolling or not. Some Facebook comments coming in saying George Soros is a Nazi. Yeah, George Soros helps fund Black Lives Matter, by the way. And it's... All right, let me go to Gab a second, because there was something I wanted to share about that. This is from the AP, Central U.S. region. Chicago police, a victim in assault broadcasted over Facebook, likely targeted because of his special needs, not race. So the Associated Press is even, like, they're supposed to be neutral. Like, guys, I'm 28 years old. I grew up reading the news from NPR, BBC, Associated Press. These are supposed to be neutral news organizations that tell you like it is. This is lies. This is outright lies. I mean, okay, actually no, it's a quote from the Chicago police, but that's not true. It's not true, and it's not even likely that he was attacked because of his special needs. Yeah, it was easy. He was an easy target, but they were videotaping themselves. Anyways, going around in circles, repeating stuff I've already said. What else are we going to get into? Let me go to the Donald here, because The Donald on Reddit had some good stuff. I mean, of course, like, they're the only ones talking about it. The mainstream media wasn't talking about it, so I had to go to, where do I go to get my news when I know stuff like this is happening? One, Twitter. I know who are the people that break the stories. That Brittany and Mike Cernovich, he's not always the one, but the Donald also breaks stories. So even if you don't like their narrative and you think they're biased and whatever, they're going to break a story because they're watching this. So it is a good place to go. I don't care what you say. The MTV thing, yeah, people are blowing the BTFO, the MTV video about how white people should have XYZ for their New Year's resolutions. Thanks a lot, MTV. Thanks a lot for shitting on white people a little bit more. It's out of control how much our society thinks it's okay to hate on and demonize the group in America that is the highest group for suicide, white males. And people on the left think it's okay to just demonize them. This is not okay. I'm so fucking furious. Oh man, I said that last night. I'm furious, but I'm not looting, right? Oh man, what was my tweet that I said about that? Because that was pretty funny. I was getting pretty snarky last night. Sorry to the people on YouTube that want to see like more of a structured video that's got facts and in-depth analysis and whatever. No, fuck that. I'm just talking my opinion. Where is it? Oh, here's another one. When the Young Turks eventually comment on Black Lives Matter kidnapping, they'll probably say something like this. Well, some authority figure has said it's not a hate crime. Guess our work's done. Right? All they do is appeal to authority. Well, see, the Chicago police said XYZ about it, so that's what we're going to go with. We're not even going to really investigate. Fucking people. Here's the one I was going to tell you. Black Lives Matter, I'm going to let you finish, but white people had the best self-control from rioting and looting after Black Lives Matter kidnapping. Yeah. It's called, I don't need to fucking go out and loot people and get all angry and throw shit and set stuff on fire because for Black Lives Matter, I won't say advocates, but probably apologists. There's a good one, right? The left loves to use the word apologist. I've been called a Trump apologist by jackass friends. Subtle wink. So let's what else we got here? Man, I can't believe this. I don't have anything more to say. I don't want to waste your guys' time or my time. So it's a good little video. I got my points across. Come and shout at me about it. Come tell me why I'm wrong. Like this video. Share, I don't know, whatever good stuff I got. Follow me on YouTube, by the way. Somebody said that I should do, I really want to get on YouTube and talk to Google Hangouts or YouTube Live and talk to other people live because that needs to happen. I can't just, I love being a one-man show, it's great, but I would love to get on there and talk to other people. So if anybody wants to do that, I know I've done that with one other person, two people before. Let me know, hit me up if you want to do that. Follow me on YouTube, it's Pork Shake. Follow me on Twitter, Pork Shake. Gab, Pork Shake. Facebook. See you guys.